Hello, cursed tubers, and welcome to the next game in our series of Gold Box Adventures, Curse of the Azure Bonds, with me, Blue Ankylo. So it's been a fair while since I've last recorded, had Christmas off and all that business, and I've posted all the videos and stuff, and I've seen some replies. I've basically decided what I'm going to do with the character classes and all that, and to start with, for the beginning of this episode, we'll go over the big changes, and then we'll cover the intro storyline to this game and maybe check out the first town. We should have enough time for that, I would expect. So first off, as you may have noticed in the interlude video, we don't get our little in-game pictures anymore, the little portraits here. What we do get, or what I decided, you don't get this automatically, but if you, assuming you guys can see at the top there, I've added portraits for each of the characters. I just picked out some semi-appropriate characters from Icewind Dale specifically, so you don't have a whole lot to work with, but Goldbox Companion does in fact allow you to add portraits in, and I thought that was a fair compromise. So underneath the video, I will try to remember to leave some links to the full-size portraits of these guys, so you guys can imagine what your full character looks like. Also, I figured out a better way to do the code wheel. So let me switch to this. Okay, you guys should be able to see this. So the idea here is it's a little app kind of on a website. I'll leave a link to this as well in case you're playing along. And you can just click whatever code they show you on the load up screen. You click the two combinations of like letters and numbers, and then you read the dash dot dash or dot and which line it is. It makes it much quicker to start the game up. So I've been doing that a lot lately, so I thought I would share that with you guys. Okay, so the rest of the changes are as follows. Earth Darkness is now a paladin. I have managed to keep everyone's experience the same. So he is still a level 8. He was a level 8 fighter before, now he's a level 8 paladin. Nothing has changed as far as that goes. Of course, we've lost all of our weapons and armor and stuff. So what I've done for everybody is I've sort of maxed out their HP to what... I mean, you guys remember, right? If you create a new character, you can modify them to have the max possible HP. So I'm kind of looking at this as your compromise. You've lost all your armor and weapons, so I've sort of given you the max possible HP for whatever level you are now, for whatever class you are. So therefore, Earth Darkness gets a few extra HP. Obviously, he's had an alignment shift and a class shift. I edited that in, but he's still got his constitution. In this game, you start with 300 platinum each, so that's just what you get. Heal and Cure will be special abilities for the Paladin, I believe. Fella McGubbins is now a half-elf because I want him to be a cleric ranger. I'll still be going past the racial level limits, but I decided to switch him over because I want a ranger on the party. From what I read, rangers do bonus damage to giants in this game, and there's lots of giants in this game, so I wanted at least one. And his experience has been cut in half because he's now a multi-class with 2. So although he would have had 228,000 or 29,000 experience, I cut it in half and then just put him at 6/6, and I thought that was pretty fair. Obviously, his Thaco has got a little bit of a bump thanks to that, and probably some HP as well. Actually, Rangers don't get a whole lot more HP than Clerics do. It's not really that much of a difference. Next up, Christina. I don't think I've changed anything for you. When I imported you, your strength got, chopped down, but I put it back to what it used to be. I think you're the same level as before without any changes. Elric, similarly. I don't think I've changed anything as far as I remember. Alucard should be the same as well. Again, other than the HP thing, that's the only difference. And then Mystic of Ba, because I want more clerics. I found we were lacking in the first one. And I also found having a pure class was kind of boring. So this will give Mystic the ability to use better armor, although his weapons will still be limited by cleric standards, basically. So he's not going to be using swords yet, but I think this will give him access to all possible magic. He'll still level up quite quickly, and having a solo class just seems, because of the level limits and the fact that we can hit those pretty easily, at least this will give you, I think the level limit for this one is like 10 or something, so at least you'll hit 10/10 near the end of the game rather than hitting 10 magic user really early on and having nothing to do for the rest of the game. A couple high-level magic user spells aren't very valuable, in my opinion. We'll talk about that later, but high-level mage spells, not my favorite, other than a couple really specific ones here and there. Okay, So that covers, I think, the changes to the party. Now, why are we here? What's going on? We've got 3 new books. We've got our clue book. This is also the title screen to the game, if you're wondering. A sexy lady with amazing armor and equipment. So, you got that. We've got our adventures journal again. Same basic idea. They've sort of reorganized some stuff, so bear with me while I'm looking for the charts. I think the journal this time, this is the adventurers journal, it's basically just journal entries. This time, the manual, which the version I downloaded kind of glitched out on me from replacement stocks. You guys, I showed you that last time. This is the one that will have all of the charts, like all of them put together. I think this is a little bit better, but I may forget stuff. So you can see like the max level now will be 11 for rangers and paladins and magic users, 12 for thieves, fighters, and only 10 for clerics, right? What was magic user? 11. See, they don't learn level 6 spells if you're following the chart. So I think, don't you normally get a 6th level magic user spell at level 11? Maybe not, maybe. But anyway, this game only gets level 4 and 5 spells. Just like the first game only had the first 3. We're getting them in small increments. Weapons are about the same. We'll talk about some of the changes to the level limits again. Where were they? Did I skip right past them? I think yeah, this is the maximum level limit. So we no longer have the low ones from before, but elves and half-elves and stuff still have really low racial level limits. I'll be bypassing those again. Kind of like more modern games in the series, like, Baldur's Gate and all that. And that's it. I sort of skipped the female strength again. And we'll talk about what the spells do when we get there. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to switch back. First up, what are we doing in Tilverton? If you look at the map here, this is where Flan was, and we even almost made it to the Zentil Keep, but we never went anywhere else on the Moonsea. Anyway, we've somehow managed to end up down here, and I'm going to read the first journal entry at the very least, just to give you guys an idea of what's going on. Ahem. I am beginning a new journal. My old journal is gone, along with all of the party's equipment. Boo. I write here to try to make some sense out of our spotty memories. We had all agreed to come south to Tilverton to seek the lost princess, Nicatia, of Cormyr. Tilverton is on the border between the Dale Lands and Cormyr, and was the last place the princess has been spotted. Doesn't really show those countries on here, but at least we know where Tilverton is. Rumor was that King Azum's youngest daughter, the Princess Nicatia, that's how I'm going to say it anyway, has run away from the royal household of Cormyr almost a year ago. She fled on an arranged marriage and ran off with a cleric from Tilverton named Gary the Gaunt. Just never can trust those clerics. The latest word, sure he wasn't fellow McGubbins? The latest word was that Nicatia and Gary had a falling out and that she was seen near Tilverton recently. The king had a large reward out for Nicatia's return. A smart group of adventurers like ourselves could make some powerful friends if they found the princess and returned her to the king. Somewhere along the roads to Tilverton we were attacked. The brigands must have been invisible, or we forgot to cast Detect Invisibility because I forgot to teach it to anyone, because some of our party went down before we even knew what was going on. I vaguely remember dark faces in evil-looking helmets firing crossbows into our midst. The crossbow hits were not fatal, but every hit seemed to drop its target. I remember getting hit in the arm. The wound blazed like fire. My head swam. Just before I blacked out, I thought that this was a bad end for such experienced adventurers. Now, we were all wearing, like, plate +2. We all had, like, -5 AC, give or take. And had been able to kill dragons, except for Mystic had a problem with that. But, yeah, seems unlikely that crossbows would cause that much problem to such a experienced adventurers like us. Now we awake in Tilverton with our wounds healed. Our equipment is gone, but we have found a stash of coins. Yay! Quite a bit, actually. I mean, not the millions we used to have. One of our first priorities must be to buy new equipment, because it's all gone. And we can't get magic stuff. I overheard a servant mention the date, but I'm not sure I believe it. If the servant speaks true, it is almost a month since the ambush. Almost anything could have happened in that time. It seems that almost anything did. Each of us awoke with 5 azure blue symbols imprinted on our sword arm, or mace arm, or staff arm. The symbols are not tattoos. They seem to exist below the skin. They occasionally feel like they're moving. These are what the symbols look like. We'll see a picture in-game in a minute. We have devised a plan of attack. Our spellcasters will prepare their spells, like most of the team. We will purchase some new arms and armor, even if it's lame. Then we are going out into Tilverton to find out what is going on. Someone must know. And I don't care if we have to roust every sage, priest, and bartender in this town to find out. Every one of those 3 must be ousted. These are some random printed notes I've collected, yada yada, so you can learn about the game. I'm sure you could read a lot more if you're interested. I figure this gives us an idea of what's going on, and from there on we'll go into the game and just, we'll figure it out as we go, basically. So, we've been out for a few months, got knocked out, we've got some weird symbols on our arms, and we want vengeance. Wonder who it will be. Wonder who we're going to get vengeance on. Okay, begin adventure. You awaken in a small room. Looking around, you notice that all your gear is gone. Boo. As is your memory of recent events, except for that amazing journal. Adding to your disquiet, you notice that your sword arm has been somehow imprinted with strange patterns. The rest of your party are identically marked. So all 6 of us have 5 very odd blue symbols on the inside of our arm. That's his left arm. Is everyone left-handed? Someone must be left-handed. Usually isn't your sword arm your main hand, right hand for most people? Except if you're left-handed. Whatever. Let's not argue about it. Oh, I gotta set my map up here. Uno momento. Location wizard. We are 713. Facing east. Look for variables. I showed you how this worked, right? Then I move around a little bit, figure out which one changed, and use that. And now you can see on the map. Woohoo! Okay, so looks like we start in the Tilverton Inn. She's got some amazing purple hair there. Welcome to the fair city of Tilverton, beams the innkeeper. Then she noticed your collective scowls. Everyone, all at once. Please calm down while I explain. You listen and recorded in journal entry 31. Oh boy! Journal entries, everybody. At least we have color on our journals this time. 31. It's also organized a little bit nicer, in my opinion. You were brought in by a group in red robes. Not the red robe wizards from Krynn, though. Maybe. They said they'd found you on the road, near death. They paid for your rooms in advance, so you can stay as long as you like. I don't think we have to pay this time, as opposed to Pool of Radiance. You had those tattoos when you came in, but I've never seen anything like them. Falani the Sage, yay, could help you, though. Maybe. You should see her 2 blocks to the north. Yeah, we'll get there. Alright, so, we've got a plan. Get weapons, get armor, get spells, kill whoever. I don't know who we're killing, but we're going to kill him good. Alright, so I think this was the Windlord's Inn. Yeah, we're going to get more pop-ups like that in this game. Some of the things have changed a little bit. The interface is just a tiny bit different than it used to be. I think the first thing I want to do is buy everyone some equipment. We've actually got quite a lot of platinum this time around compared to the start for the last one. But before I train people up, I don't know how much money we're going to really have. I'd rather spend it on equipment first and then level up afterwards. You see a sign overhead, Weaponers of Cormyr. Isn't that like Smith? I don't know, whatever. You have a selection of the finest Cormyr steer. Yeah, steel. It's not that great. I believe it's essentially the same as last time. The staff sling is new. That's fine, that's fine. The staff sling is a 2-handed ranged weapon that clerics can equip, also fighters. But basically, what they did is they gave clerics a long-ranged weapon. Now, fellow McGubbins, because I gave him a ranger, he'll be able to use bows like the rest of us. But this way, Mystic of Ba, now that he's a cleric ranger, he'll have a ranged weapon that's not a stupid dart. And I hate darts, so I think that's a good one. I suppose what we should do is pool our money. And I sort of thought about this before we started. I've got a pretty standard setup for what I want to buy here. So we're going to buy a shield. We're going to buy... I don't know if I'm going to have enough money for plate mail, so we're going to start with banded. 1 banded, 1 shield. I'm going to buy a short bow, because I think it does the same damage as the long and composite for now. Although composite sort of adds to your strength bonus in newer games, or uses your strength bonus. I think in these games it's the fine composite you need for that. That's the one that cost us 10k. So I'm just going to buy a short bow. I did buy it. There's no interface that tells you bought it. And if you look up the chart, you remember, a trident does approximately the same damage as a longsword, except it's cheaper. So I'm going to buy that, and then we fill up on as many arrows extra as we can. And then you're overloaded. So if you look now, we can equip most of our stuff and just join those together. I'm not going to buy any more arrows than that. So most of the team will just have the same basic setup. Oops. Yeah. Go back. Most of the team will have the same basic stuff for now. And as we find magic equipment later on, we'll see what we get. I always feel bad in these games because it feels like you basically only get swords, long swords. It's so rare to get magical spears. Like, they've got all these kinds of things. So what about, like... So you normally get long swords, short swords, two-handed swords. What about... Have you ever seen a magical Volge? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Have you ever seen a magical Joe stick or a magical Lucerne hammer? Even a speedum or a spear or scimitar. You know, things that seem like decent weapons. I mean, they've got their own stats. Unfortunately, we'll never see them. Also, I might give Alucard leather armor for now, because that way he can do his backstabbing and stuff. I gotta remember that when I get to him. So just hold on tight while I try to quickly buy all the stuff we need. Banded mail, short bow, trident, and then fill up on arrows. Okay, and then Elric gets the same. It's kind of boring, everyone wearing the same gear for now, but like I said, I wanted to just go with kind of a standard loadout early on so we don't waste too much time contemplating what we're going to buy. And then Alucard. Yeah, I'm going to let you wear studded leather so that you can use your backstab and your thief stuff, just in case we need it. Unfortunately, this is going to give you a really bad AC compared to the rest of the team, so I'm going to be really careful with you. Pretty sure you can use bows, 100%, tridents, and then a bunch of arrows. Yeah, the real bonus for those bows, even a short bow, is that you get 2 attacks per round with them, which is pretty great. Although most of our fighters are at, well, 3 attacks per 2 rounds is how we call it. So the difference here for Mystic is he doesn't need arrows. He just gets the staff sling and still a trident and all the rest. Alright, that should cover our equipping. We've been equipping it. Okay. Trying to get my my keyboard commands working here fast again. Oops. Takes a minute to remember how to do all this. Okay. Yeah, Alucard. I mean, 2 AC isn't horrible. It's not as good as -1. I mean, if studded leather armor, the main difference here is from banded to studded is the same movement, but 3 AC better. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll stick with it for now. At least, oops. At least our oh right, this. Hold on. Normally we'll use. Oh, duh. Of course not. What was I thinking? Normally we'll use a melee weapon so that we can use the shield, because the staff sling is two-handed and clerics can't use normal slings. So it's trying to spit out. But yeah, because you're a cleric / mage, the best you can do in these games is not even a flail. Flails are fighters, I believe. It's basically a hammer or a mace, and maces are a little bit more classically cleric, so that's what we'll give you. Alright, there you go. Yeah, we'll have to unequip the staff sling to use that. Okay, good. Everyone is equipped. Share the money. Well, maybe pool. How much do we have? 1,500. Let's do this slightly different here, because Earth Darkness doesn't need a level up. So I'll try to split the money up so that we can afford at least 1 level up each. It's 250 platinum per level. No, 200 platinum each. So we actually have enough for 2 levels up per person. 400 each. Maybe not quite. We're going to run out at the top. No, we're not even close. My math has failed. A couple people can get 2 promotions. 2, please. 200. No, 200. There we go. Exit. Fella. Sorry, fella, you're at the top, so you just get 1. Take. Actually, you don't get any. Well, dang it. Hold on, one more try. Pool. Take. I definitely did the math wrong. Take 200. I thought we had enough for each person to have 2 levels up. I definitely misread that. So this will get everyone 1 level up, and we have 2 spares. So I'll have Earth Darkness hold on to it, and then we'll see who's most deserving after we get people their first level up. Alright, sorry for the messing around there. Okay. May you always strike true. Thank you. Alright, we're out of there. Alright. We are going to train before we explore any of the rest of the town. It's a pretty small town, though, honestly, compared to Flan. So this is the Temple of Gond. I don't know which god Gond is, but it's one of them. I happen to know that this is the Hall of Training, so we went here first. We do want to train. One of the bonus things about this game is you can train all classes at the same place. One of the things about me giving everyone max HP that I forgot to mention is that in this game, I will not be editing HP up. Whatever you roll for your HP, that's what you're going to get. So because I gave you the max for level whatever you started at, whatever level you get to will be up to you for your randomness. So, fellow McGubbins, train, level 7 ranger. I hear you like rangers, so lucky you. He's now a multi-class, so his max HP would be, a ranger is a D8, unlike the other warriors. So he could get 8 plus 4 is 12, divided by 2 is 6 HP at max. What does he get? He gets 4. So he didn't roll an 8. He rolled like a 2 or a 3 or something. But I'm not going to modify it. Now, he still has enough experience for a cleric level up, so I'm tempted to give him one of those. Also, he did lose some experience there. Did you guys see that? Before I leveled him up, he had 120 something. Even if I just left him as a cleric, the same thing would have happened. You can only hold so much experience on top of one level. Like you can't hold 5 levels worth of experience. You know, I talked about it before. It's a bit complicated, but whatever. It happened. Christina, level 7 magic user. Finally, this is one of those ones we could not get before now. So we get new spells for level 4. Lots of stuff. I suppose we might as well go over them now. As a general rule, I'm not a huge fan of level 4 mage magic. Level 4 cleric magic is another story, but level 4 mage is great. So let's pop over to the book. We'll look at the manual, and we're actually right on the right page immediately. So just quickly, Charm Monster. I think we've seen Charm Person before somewhere. I think maybe Clerics or... No? Haven't we seen Charm Person? Am I just missing it? Maybe it's a Cleric one or something. Maybe there is no Charm Person in this game. There's generally a Charm Person. Anyway, it works against any type of creature. But notice the spell effects here. 2 to 8 level 1. You know, the guys we can all put to sleep easily. 1 to 4 level 2. The guys we can still put to sleep. 1 to 2 level 3 or 1 level 4. So basically against hard enemies that we're going to fight, it'll charm one of them, probably. So it's not that great. Confusion seems to work differently. This might be a better spell, except that Confusion's kind of wonky. If they enrage, they just attack whatever's closest. If they're berserk, I think it's the same. Flee is fine. Confused might not do anything, but, you know, they could end up just attacking you anyway. Dimension Door is your mage teleporter to just teleport around the field. I don't generally use it much. Fear is a lot like Turn Undead. Fire Shield is a little bit complicated. You can read about this. You are supposed to designate either heat or cold, and you basically take half damage from that and double damage from the other, and your saving throws are worse against the other. So if you say Fire Shield and then a Fireball hits you, you take less damage. If you say Fire Shield and then an Ice Storm hits you, you take more damage. And exact opposite if you pick the Ice Shield. Pretty straightforward. Again, not the kind of spell I do very often because it only affects the magic user. It would not have saved Mystic of Ba from Tyrann Thraxis' Lightning Bolt. He would have just died anyway because there's no protection from lightning here. Fumble seems to make you not move or you can't move or attack. Whoop-de-woo. Ice Storm is our probably mainstay for level 4 magic. It's not that good though. The perk here is there's no saving throw. So let's say our mage is level 7, and a fireball would do 7d6. That's between 7 damage and 42 to the max, which is higher than Ice Storm, basically. The average would be 21 or so. The average of this is 15 or 16. The only difference here is that if they save, they take half damage from the fireball, and they can't save from the Ice Storm. So, you know, it sort of works. Also, the radius on an Ice Storm is the same as an outdoor fireball. So you're never getting the huge radius like an indoor fireball. Minor Globe of Invulnerability isn't the worst spell in the game. Just protects you from all first, second, third. So if I cast that, spells like Hold Person, Magic Missile. I don't know if AoE spells are stopped. Maybe. I don't know if it stops fireballs and Stinking Clouds. Possibly, but I'm not 100%. But mainly it stops, like, you know, Hold Person, which is probably the main reason you'd use it. Remove Curse. I'm pretty sure we've seen this on the Clerics already, so you already know that stuff. While we're here, let's look at the Cleric spells, because we're going to do this again in a minute. 4th level Cleric spells, because we're going to learn these. The big thing here is Cure Serious Wounds, which is our first upgrade to Cure Light Wounds, which healed 1 to 8. Now we can heal 3 to 17. Again, you can still roll really low, but at least it's better. Cause is a touch spell, so you have to be adjacent. It's not that great. Neutralize Poison is great. That's one that we used to have to pay for at the temple. So we'll always want 1 or 2 of these on hand. And then Poison Enemies, I don't know. I don't like these kind of spells very often, but it does cause them to die if they fail their save. I don't know how good the enemies get their saves versus poison. I'm going to show you something about that in a second. I forgot about this, actually. Saving throws. Protection from Evil 10. 10 radius. This is a great Cleric spell. It's a level 3 mage spell that competes with Fireball and Haste and stuff. For Clerics, usually what I do for level 4 is Cure Serious Wounds, mostly Summon with Neutralize, and then 1 or 2 Protection from Evil 10s. Because this is really nice. It hits the whole group, and it works most of the time, because most of your enemies are evil, and it gives you your +2 AC and +2 saving throws, which is good. In battle, you have to be adjacent. Gotta remember that. And then Sticks to Snakes is the last one that's new for now. I don't know. It's not the kind of spell I ever use. Turn sticks into snakes to harass a target. Whoop-de-woo, right? What I do want to show you just quickly before we pick our spell, because I forgot about this, is if you look in our editor here, you've seen this before. If we go to Saving and Throwing and Thieving Skills, we can actually see the in-game hidden stats here, in case you're wondering. So Alucard, you can see your amazing thieving stats. I don't know when hearing a noise has ever helped us, but that's your number. And you're apparently really good at climbing walls, as long as you're not wearing armor. And you can even read languages. Yeah, that's a thief skill. So don't ask me what these actually do, as other than maybe remove traps and open locks. I don't even know if you can pickpocket in these games, but apparently you've got numbers. More importantly are our saving throws, so you can kind of see how everyone adds up. We're kind of mid-range right now. These work a lot like armor class. The lower the better, and it's easier to save on, you know, fireballs and stuff, basically. So I just figured I'd show you guys that, in case you were curious. Okay, so what spell would you pick for your first level 4 spell? I would just pick Ice Storm 99% of the time. Maybe Fear or Confusion once in a while. Maybe Minor Globe of Invulnerability, but the rest, I don't know. It's not that great. So, Christina, you're at 69 HP. You're now 72. You got 3 HP, which is pretty standard for a multi-class. You could probably also get a Cleric level up if I have money for it. Elric. We'll start speeding through these a little bit quicker here. I don't know about Fire Shield. I might teach a couple mages Fire Shield. Oops. But Ice Storm for now. At least that way we've got... Because you get level 4 spell slots, we might as well at least have an offensive spell. Elric is not ready for level up. It looks like he may have been capped on a level 8. So it might be like 1 more experience is enough for one of these, and he was capped. So he lost some experience after we switched over. Either that or I messed it up. No, he should have had 110,000. So, you know, we have lost some experience transferring over. Just because we couldn't level up for so long on the other one. Alright, another level 7 mage. I wish we had more money. We're definitely going to need some cashola. Ice Storm for now. And Mystic Abba. Another level. So it seems like mage levels went first before anything else. Seems to be the way the game works it. So we've got 3 people who need to level up and only enough money for 2 of them. Yeah, 2.5, but half doesn't count. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to level up Mystic of Ba because he needs the experience, or he needs the HP especially. And we're going to level up, I don't know, we're going to level up Fella, because Christina gets Mage and Cleric spells. Fella McGubbins only gets Cleric spells, so we'll Trade. Fella McGubbins. Trade. Oh, I keep... See, the interface is different. If I hit enter now, it exits. I have to hit S to select. Yeah, sorry. It's meant for mice now. You can actually use mice in game. I forgot to set it up. There's a way to set up your mouse in game. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Exit. Exit. Fella McGubbins, you lucky guy. A level 7 cleric. This will unlock your next tier of spells. 78 HP. You got 4. Another really bad roll, actually, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about that stuff too much. 53 HP to 57. Reasonable roll, I think. So apparently, Mystic of Ba is enough for 3 levels up. That's crazy. Oh well, we don't have enough. We don't have enough money. You're showing great progress. I think starting everyone at level 7 is pretty amazing. Because if you make new characters, you start at level 5. Which is less than what you ended the first game at, oddly enough. So let's have a quick look around town. You know, the video's getting a little bit long, but I'll at least explore the town before we leave. You've seen a sign overhead. Tilverton General Store. Alright? Good day to you, purple-haired lady. What do you got? She's got not a lot, so we're not missing much by not buying anything there. What's to the north of town? As you are passing through the crowds, you hear, I swear I heard a woman screaming in the sewers. I didn't even know there are sewers. You encounter a group of royal guards. They tell you that this way is closed because the royal carriage is coming soon, and they send you back. I guess we're not allowed out of the town or something. So, do we see the sage first? I guess. We did get told to go to Sage Filani, so here you go. Okay, so she's got Mystic of Ba's typical outfit there. Yeah, tell me about the sigils. This is an interesting case. I'll do it for half your funds. How much money do you have? Well, the truth is we spent most of our money, so you can have half of it, I guess. We could lie, but Earth Darkness is a paladin. He doesn't like lying anymore. He's come around to the goodly ways. She talks, and you record it in your journal entry 38. Somehow I doubt we're going to be healed. 38. Here we are. You bear the symbol of 5 different organizations. 3 I recognize, 1 I have never seen, and the last one causes me some concern. The Flame and Dagger is the symbol of the Fire Knives, a group of assassins who last operated out of Westgate. That group has been destroyed, so they must have a new base of operations. I fear I do not know where. One of these 2 is the Fire Knife. I don't know which one. The mouth in the palm is the symbol of the god Moander. The god was banished from the world, but he reappeared briefly as a pile of filth. It laid waste to a section of the city of Ulash before its defeat. How do you defeat a pile of filth, guys? Like, a lot of soap, right? A lot of soap. The cult's color of choice is green. So this was the mouth in the palm. This guy. So we've got that one and maybe that one. The ornate Z in the triangle is the symbol of the Zentrim. We've heard of them before. The Black... I think we have. The Black Network. They are an evil alliance of priest, mage, and thieves operating out of Zentil Keep. Some say they run Zentil Keep. Well, if they operate there, you know. So that's the triangle Z thing. The flaming symbol I've never seen, so I can give no information. The last symbol with the crescent moon bears a disturbing similarity to a powerful sage in Shadowblade. For my own safety, I'll say no more. That's that one, I guess. So, you told us a little bit about what the symbols mean, I guess. Except that you don't really want to tell us the whole story, so then she kicks us out. Okay, well, we made a little bit of progress. What about the temple? What do you think, guys? An acolyte greets you if you want healing. Pray at the altar. No. I need the high priest. We need serious help here. Help me, priest. You got to get these off me. I do wish to tell you my story. He listens sympathetically and casts a remove curse spell, and you record it in journal entry 19. Okay. I expect this is going to work. We're saved, right? Just casting remove curse, that's enough. As the cleric casts the spell, the bonds begin to glow brightly. Ooh. Arcs of blue flame shoot out of them and strike about the room. That's not good. The characters begin to writhe in extreme pain. The cleric ceases the spells. These bonds fight my powers. Removing them is beyond me. I wish you better luck. Go with Gond, whoever that is. So, you know, we should have taken some damage there, probably. So the sage couldn't help. The priest couldn't help. What's left? Is there anything down here? Oh! As you are passing through the crowds, you hear the woman in green robes. Eyes of a fanatic. Green robes, hey? Haven't seen anybody like that, I don't think. Can we go out this way? You encounter a group of royal guards. They say, make way for the royal carriage. Oh, this isn't what happened the last time. I wanted to go to the bar. You hear the king's voice coming from the carriage. Suddenly, the sigils on your arm glow brightly. You find yourself unable to resist a compulsion to attack the royal carriage. What? As the carriage retreats, a young man leans out and croaks, "Don't kill me! I'm not really the king!" Then as he spots your blue markings, he faints back, crying, "Oh no, not again!" The glow begins to fade. A loud bell starts ringing behind you. The guards rush towards you with swords drawn. At least we bought some armor. I didn't memorize any spells, though. I wasn't expecting a fight. I just thought this would be the same as the 9s on the north. Oh, and I forgot to change everyone's picture. Everyone looks kind of default for now, other than their weapon. I'll have to get around to that later. Also, we don't seem to get battle music. Well, 5 royal guards. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get this fight yet. Alright, Alucard, you're up. Good miss, good miss. Elric, good hit. Fella, I know I gave you the bow picture, but for now you'll be fine. Hey, that was a from behind attack, guys. I did it. Ouch. Now, Mystic is now strong enough to melee here, in my opinion. There we go, behind attack. Also, 2 attacks for the fighters this round. Well, maybe. Theoretically. I think we're doing just fine. Yeah, no problemo. Alright, nope, we win. Teeny tiny bit of experience. And I'm tempted to take this so I can sell it and make more money. Fine, we'll take all the stuff. It's probably not magical, there's almost no chance, but we'll take it all. And we'll sell it. You see beyond the charging guards, 2 red-robed men jump the carriage. Then haul out a thin man and drag him into an alleyway. I wonder if those are the same red-robed men that saved us, or something. One calls out, "Do you surrender?" No! I didn't mean to fight. You guys attacked me. I never surrender. Uh-oh. Is this just never-ending battles? Maybe I should have surrendered. Well, the thing is, I wanted to go to the bar and memorize some spells. Not necessarily in that order. Ow. I mean, we could kill these guys for a long time. I love those double attacks. Alright. Do you guys yield? We win. You have no hope of killing us. I'm taking all your stuff again. So we can make some money just taking all their stuff. Excellent. Also, I mean, if you wanted long swords, you don't have to buy them. You can just get them here. As well as shields and chainmail. Alright. Reinforcements are coming. You move away. Oh, good. So we didn't have to go to jail after all. The dark alleyways look safer than the main streets. Are we just going to get attacked now? Can I... The door is locked. Your attempt to enter is attracted... Look! Fine. I get the feeling this is going to go on forever. I surrender. You are thrown in jail. After a few hours, one wall slides open and a thief appears. He hands you your equipment and signals you to follow him. He looks a little bit Asian. Is that racist? I don't know. Just the eyes. The man leads you through hidden passages, emerging in a dark underground area. The Thieves Guild. Oh, hey. Thanks. We're in the Thieves Guild now, guys. I was planning on ending the episode before any of this happened, to be honest. Before you stands a burly man surrounded by several alert bodyguards. He seems somewhat nervous. You look a little rocky. Care to rest? Yes, I need spells. I forgot to memorize them. I wasn't expecting this. I'm going to actually end the episode here, and I'm going to, choose which spells we want. It looks like at Cleric 7 we don't get a whole lot of options, but, we only get 2 spells to remember, basically. But, also, they didn't unequip our stuff, so that's nice. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. And join me as we figure out what the heck's going on next episode. See you guys.